Namaste, friends. I want to talk about the Mars-Saturn conjunction that is happening right now and how we can be careful and what prayers we can do and some of the things we can expect then. Basically, conjunction means two planets are very close to each other, and Mars-Saturn conjunction means Mars and Saturn, Mangal and Sani, are very close to each other. This happens once every year and a half or so. I mean, it varies. Sometimes it can happen after 2 years, but in general, on average, it is every year and a half or so. And this year, it happens from March 20 till April 20. And the perfect conjunction when Saturn and Mars are exactly at the same longitude is on 2022 April 4. So in a couple of weeks from now. Let us see what Mars and Saturn show. Mars, he personifies the initiative within us, the fire in the belly, the drive to do things. That is what Mars shows. So he stands for aggression, he stands for fighting, he stands for dynamism, etc. And he also shows warriors, military, police, etc. And Saturn, he personifies patience and persistence and perseverance within us. So he stands for perseverance, caution, being very cautious and slow, and also grief, being sad. And he also shows the downtrodden and suffering people in a society. So Mars is the warriors and Saturn is the suffering people. And the importance of their conjunction is when Mars and Saturn come together, it brings opposite forces together. As we mentioned, Mars is aggression and Saturn is caution. So those two forces are at odds with each other when they are conjoined. And one more thing is, in terms of the five elements, Mars shows the fire element and Saturn shows the air element. So there is basically a coming together of fire and air also. That aspect is also there. And it can show military struggles after with a lot of suffering and destruction. For example, World War II started not when Mars and Saturn were conjoined, but they aspected each other. I think Mars was in Capricorn and Saturn was in Aries. So Saturn was weak. He was in Nicha. He was debilitated, and Mars was exalted. He was in Ucha. So he's very strong. So Saturn aspected Mars by 10th aspect and Mars aspected Saturn by 4th aspect. So that is when the World War II started. So one important thing is you decide which force will dominate based on who's stronger then. And like I said, at the time of World War II, Mars was very strong and Saturn was very weak. But this time, both are equally strong because Saturn is in Capricorn in own sign and Mars is in Capricorn in his exaltation sign. So one planet is excited to be there and another planet is at home there. So both of them are really strong. So that's really interesting. So this can result in some military, some war-like situations and lot of suffering, etc. And I'm afraid for Ukraine, where the war is going on, during the next week or two, there can be some serious escalations in the war and lot of destruction. For individuals also, this can have an impact. This conjunction can trigger sensitive points in some charts. This, by the way, don't worry that this will have a bad impact on you. Not everybody will be impacted by it negatively. As a matter of fact, if Saturn and Mars are, let's say, taking part in a nice yoga, nice Raj Yoga in somebody's chart, it can actually be positive for them also. So don't basically, astrology should be used to be prepared. It is not meant to be meant to put you in a negative state of mind. It should not put you in tremendous fear, anxiety, etc. Or it shouldn't give you overconfidence. It should be basically used to prepare you. So don't think too much, but it is always good to be prepared. So what I mean is, if your moon is close to the end of Capricorn, or if your moon is in Gemini, or if your moon is in Aquarius, this conjunction is happening at sensitive points. Similarly, if there are some important combinations in somebody's chart, suppose somebody has Mars and Rahu at the end of Capricorn, and now Saturn Mars conjunction is occurring there, so it can basically trigger that sensitive point. So that is, if there are any interesting points in your horoscope at the end of Capricorn or Cancer, those can be triggered. So there can be anger or grief or anxiety for people in whose charts this conjunction occurs in sensitive houses. There can also be health problems. Mars gives health problems relating to Pitta, basically excessive fire, and Saturn gives health problems relating to Vata, excessive air. And also when fire and air come together, it is basically unhealthy. It is not a good combination. They trigger each other. So, and also in terms of health, Mars and Saturn are considered to be two planets who give health problems. So it can be bad for health. Again, not for everybody. If your dasas and your transits are conducive and some sensitive points in your horoscope are triggered, then this can be the case. So in general, irrespective of your horoscope, it doesn't hurt to be careful. And what can you do? You can do some prayers, which I'm going to talk about in the next few slides. But the other thing you can also do is, for making Mars happy, you can donate to military, police, etc. You can donate to some causes that are represented by Mars. And similarly for Saturn, you can donate to the downtrodden. You can donate to some organizations that may be helping the poor and underprivileged people. So that also can be done apart from prayers. Now as for the prayers, the best remedy is for Mars, there is a 108 name prayer of Mars, and for Saturn also there is a 108 name prayer. So those prayers are the best remedy. I'm going to chant them at the end of this video so you can listen to it. And also for Mars and Saturn combined, you can worship Hanuman. Hanuman gives you relief from both of them. He has the fire and dynamism of Mars, and also he has the humility and patience of Saturn. So he combines both the qualities, and Hanuman Chalisa is a very good remedy. I'm not going to chant Hanuman Chalisa at the end of this video because you can find Hanuman Chalisa in so many places. There's a really beautiful rendering by Srimati MS Subbulakshmi. So you can search online and find Hanuman Chalisa, but the other two I will chant. And then for people who don't want to chant something really long, there are some simple verses that you can chant. For Mars, the simple verse from the Navagraha Stotram composed by Vyasa Maharshi, the son of Parasara Maharshi, is this one. I will chant it now. Om Dharani Garbha Sambhutam Vidyut Kanti Samaprabham Kumaram Sekti Hastam Tam Mangalam Pranamamyaham. There is another one, especially if somebody is being troubled with lot of debts, etc., lot of financial problems, loans, etc. This is a particularly good prayer for Mars to give relief from those. Om Angaraka Mahi Putra Bhagavan Bhaktavatsala Namostute Mamashesha Ranamashu Vimochaya. Now for Saturn, Sanaishchara, the mantra given by Vyasa Maharshi in Navagraha Stotram is Om Neelanjana Samabhasam Raviputram Yamagrajam Chaya Martanda Sambhutam Tam Namami Shanaishcharam. Now I mentioned the 108 name prayer, so I will show them now. Let me go to vedicastrologer.org, my website, and you can click on Homa, download the manuals. Planetary deities, there are various devatas here. Go to, first let's do Mangala. For Mars is Mangala, by the way. Mangala is the Mangala, Angaraka, Kuja are the Sanskrita names of Mars. So I'm clicking the Sanskrit version, you can click any other version. And let me also keep the other one ready. For Sani, click the Sani one. And in both of these, search for 108 dash. Yeah, we have it here. So let me scroll up. And let's first do the Mars one. Again, search for 108 dash. It shows 108 name prayer as an option for the Homa. So I will chant this now. You can also listen along. You can also listen. You can, by the way, if you know how to chant it, if you feel comfortable with the text, you can go find the text and chant it. You can do it as many times as you can, every day or every Tuesday. Tuesday for Mars and Saturday for Saturn. You can chant one times, you can chant multiple times, depending on your your ability. And if you can't chant, you can just play this video, come to this position and listen to it also. It is still effective. Now, this is Mars' 108 name prayer. Om Mahisuto Mahabhago Mangalo Mangalapradaha Mahaviro Mahashuro Mahabalaparakramah Maharaudro Mahabhadro Mananiyo Dayakaraha Manado Marshanah Krurastapa Papa Vivarjitah Supratipasutam Rakshah Subrahmanya Sukhapradaha Vakrastambhadi Gamano Varenyo Varadasukhi Veerabhadro Virupakshah Vidurastho Vibhavasuhu Nakshatra Chakra Sanchari Kshatrapah Kshatravarjitah Kshayavriddhi Vinirmuktah Kshama Yukto Vichakshanah Akshina Paradah Chakshuh Gocharas Shubhalakshanah Vitarago Vitabhayo Vijvaro Vishvakaranah Nakshatra Rasi Sancharo Nana Bhayanikrantanah Kamaniyo Dayasarah Kanat Kanakabhushanah Bhayagno Bhavya Phalado Bhakta Bhayavarapradaha Shatruhantasa Mopetah Saranagata Poshakah Sahasa Sadgunadhyakshah Sadhu Samaradurjayah Dushtadura Sishtapujya Sarvakashta Nivarakah Duscheshtavarako Dukha Bhanjano Durdharo Harihi Duswapnahanta Durdharsho Dushtagarva Vimochakah Bharadvaja Kulodbhuto Bhusuto Bhavya Bhushanah Raktambaro Raktavapuh Bhaktapalana Tatparah Chaturbhujo Gadadhari Meshavaho Mitashanah Shaktishuladhara Syaktah Syaktas Shaktishuladhara Syaktah Shastra Vidya Visharadaha Tarkikah Tamasadharah Tapasvi Tamralochanah Tapta Kanchana Sankasho Rakta Kinjalka Sannibhah Gotradidevo Gomajhacharo Gunavibhushanah Asargangar Govanti Deshadhisho Janardanah Suryayamya Pradeshastho Yavvano Yamya Dingmukhah Trikona Mandalagatah Tridasadhipasannutah Shuchih Suchikarashyorah Shuchivasya Shubhavah Meshavraschakarashisho Medhavi Metavashanah Sukhapradah Surupakshah Sarvabhishta. This is the 108 name prayer of Mars, Angaraka. Now, or Mangal. Now, 108 name prayer of Shanaishchara or Saturn. Om Shanaishcharaya Shantaya Sarvabhishta Pradayine Sharanyaya Varenyaya Sarveshaya Namo Namaha Saumyaya Suravanjaya Suraloka Viharine Sukhasanopavishtaya Sundaraya Namo Namaha Ghanaya Ghanarupaya Ghanabharanadharine Ghanasara Vilepaya Khadjotaya Namo Namaha Mandaya Mandacheshtaya Mahaniya Gunatmane Marchapavanapadaya Maheshaya Namo Namaha Chaya Putraya Sarvaya Saratuniradarine Charasthirasvabhavaya Chanchalaya Namo Namaha Neelavarnaya Nityaya Neelanjananibhaya Cha Neelambar Vibhushaya Nischalaya Namo Namaha Vedyaya Vidhirupaya Virodhadhara Bhumaye Vedaspadasvabhavaya Vajradehaya Te Namaha Vairagyadaya Viraya Vitarogabhayaya Cha Vipatparampareshaya Vishwavanjaya Te Namaha Gradhravahaya Gudhaya Kurmangaya Kurupine Kutsitaya Gunadhyaya Gocharaya Namo Namaha Avidyamola Nashaya Vidya Vidyaswarupine Ayushyakarnaya Padurdhatrecha Namo Namaha Vishnu Bhaktaya Vashine Vividhagama Vedine Vidhistutyaya Vanjaya Virupakshaya Te Namaha Varisthaya Garisthaya Vajrankushadharaya Cha Varadabhaya Hastaya Vamanaya Namo Namaha Jyeshtha Patni Sametaya Sreshthayamitabhashine Kashtaughanasakarya Pushtidaya Namo Namaha Stutyaya Stotragamyaya Bhaktivashyaya Bhanave Bhanuputraya Bhavyaya Pavanaya Namo Namaha Dhanurmandala Samsthaya Dhanadaya Dhanushmate Tanuprakasha Dehaya Tamasaya Namo Namaha Asheshajana Vanjaya Vishesha Phaladayine Vasikrata Janeshaya Pashunam Pataye Namaha खेचराय खगेशाय घननीलाम्बराय च काठिन्यमानसायार्य गणस्तुत्याय ते नमः नीलच्छत्राय नित्याय निर्गुणाय गुणात्मने निरामयाय निन्द्याय वन्दनीयाय ते नमः धीराय दिव्यदेहाय दीनार्तिहरणाय च दैन्यनाशकरायार्य जनगण्याय ते नमः क्रूराय क्रूरचेष्टाय कामक्रोधकराय च कलत्रपुत्रशत्रुत्वकारणाय नमो नमः परिपोषितभक्ताय वरभीतिहराय च भक्तसङ्घमनोभीष्टफलदाय नमो नमः. So, I hope that you can pray to Saturn and Mars as much as you can over the next month or so, and I hope that in case these negative indications are accentuated in your own horoscope, I hope that these prayers can relieve the troubles to some extent, and I hope that you can keep a nice state of mind during this period. By the way, one suggestion is, unless you are sure, unless you know what you are doing, it is a good idea to not take any important decisions during this period till April 20, especially till April 10, April 15 or so. Because this is a time that is conducive to taking hasty decisions or decisions that are not very thoughtfully considered. So I hope that you can benefit from this advice, and I hope that you can benefit from these prayers. May Lord Sani and Lord Mangala bless us with wisdom, and may they channel the patience and caution within us, as well as the dynamism and aggression within us, in nice ways that are not conflicting. Thank you very much. Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Sri Krishnarpanamastu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Sarve jana sukhino bhavantu. Yavad bhumandale sanatana dharmo vardhatu. Visheshatah Bhartakhande, America varshe, Tibet rashtre cha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you very much.